Everyone in this world is different from everyone else. If you have a close look at the group of people we have on our screen, you would realize that their hair colors are not even the same. The ladies out here has a much darker hair color, and their skin colors, some have lighter skin colors than others. And I'm very sure that their ear shape, their nose shape, their eye colors will also be different. So definitely there are some differences that exist between this group of people, although they are all humans. So we have their eye color being different, their hair color also being different. And then interestingly, their heights are also not the same. So we are all humans from the same species, but there are differences that exist between us. Now, the differences that exist between individual organisms of the same species is known as variation. So variation is basically the differences between individuals belonging to the same species. What do we mean by species? If you have a close look at this group of people, this man out here can breed or have relations with this woman and give birth to a fertile baby. So two individuals that can interbreed to give rise to a fertile offspring are known as individuals belonging to the same species. So the differences that exist between individual organisms of the same species is what we refer to as variation, and that is the focus of our discussion. The variations or differences that exist between individual organisms of the same species, some of those variations are quite subtle, others are quite distinct. For example, if you look at the group of people we have here, they differ in their size. This group of people differ in their size. So if you look at the middle two, they are quite slim. And this young lady out here is, should I say fat? Yes, fat. So there is a difference when it comes to their body sizes. What about blood group? We also differ in our blood types. We have people that are B positive, others are B negative. We have O negative, then O positive, A negative, A positive, AB positive, and AB negative. So we have individuals belonging to one of these blood groups. So humans also show variation or difference when it comes to our blood type. What about height? We also show difference in terms of our height. We have those who are extremely short and those who are extremely tall. So we have short and tall individuals. And we have other groups of people that are neither tall or short. They are in between those who are short and tall. They have medium or mid-range of height. All of these differences that exist between individual organisms of the same species is known as variation. Now, if you pay a very close look at the blood type and the height, you would realize that when it comes to the height, it is quite relative. We have an extremely short person or the shortest person in the world, and then the tallest person in the world. And then we have people in between these two extremes. But when it comes to the blood type, you can either be blood type A or blood type B. You cannot be blood type A and B at the same time. So that means when it comes to variation, we have types of variation. And there are actually two types of variation. What are those two types of variation? We have continuous variation and discontinuous variation. Let's talk about the discontinuous variation. For discontinuous variation, there exists a clear-cut difference between individual organisms. There exists a clear-cut difference. And what that also means is that there is a distinct category that individual organisms can belong to when it comes to discontinuous variation. Take our sex, for example, or gender. You are either born a male or a female. These are two distinct groups that we belong to. You are either a male or a female. So there is a clear-cut difference or a distinct category a child can belong to. We don't have anybody born and then the person exists in between male and female. This type of variation is known as discontinuous variation. As we spoke about earlier, another example of discontinuous variation is our blood type. The type of blood that we have. So you are either A, B, AB, or O. You cannot be A and B at the same time. Or imagine someone being asked what is his or her blood group or blood type, and the person says, I am B and O, or I am in between B and O blood type. It doesn't exist, but rather we belong to one of these distinct categories. What about continuous variation? For continuous variation, there is a range of phenotype between two extremes. What does that mean? Well, let's first talk about what we mean by the two extremes by using height. We can have the shortest and the tallest human. And then we have people in between these two extremes. We have people that are neither short nor tall, but can be described as existing in between these two extremes. So when it comes to continuous variation, there is no clear-cut difference or a distinct category that an individual belongs to. But rather, there is this range of phenotypes between these two extremes. Another example will be our body size. We have people that are very slim and others that are extremely fat or very fat. And then we have this group of people who also exist between these two extremes. So in comparison, the main difference between discontinuous and continuous variation is all about the existence of clear-cut difference or not. Now that we've seen what variation is and the types of variation, the question is, what actually causes variation? What causes variation? That will be discussed in our next lesson.